You guys noticing this too? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Guy in His Garage. My name's Cam. I've been here for a while. You probably know that that went inside of a cover-it building. You know, one of those tent shed things. Well, unfortunately last night between 1 a.m. and about 2:30 a.m. we had wind gusts up to almost 70 miles an hour. And you probably remember watching me put the anchors in. Yeah, apparently the wind didn't care. Let me show you. So on this one, the broker cable, and the other three, it pulled them straight out of the ground. And well, the covered building, it's now been relocated into the backyard on its roof. But we'll get to that later this afternoon. A buddy of mine from work just messaged me and asked me if he could borrow some chainsaw equipment. So I'm gonna do the nice guy thing. I'm just gonna take you guys along with me. We'll go over there and cut up one, if not two trees that he had come down. Shouldn't be anything too crazy, so I should be able to handle it with my small saw that I have up here with me. But I'll be honest guys, I'm tired. At about 4 o'clock this morning, duty's called, fire department got notified for a couple trees and wires down and other things. So pretty much been up since 4 o'clock this morning with maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep. But hey, we got some trees to go cut, so let's get it done. Okay guys, so this is the tree. Not super big. Fortunately, it broke in a pretty rough spot. So I'm gonna unfortunately have to take that limb when I go to cut the stick down, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do is just start de-limbing it and getting it as far down to the ground as I can. Okay guys, so the plan is take these limbs off here, cut this on the back side of the fence so that if we can reach it over there and cut it, this section doesn't damage the fence. Once you get rid of that piece, I'm pretty sure that if I cut that thin piece on the left hand side, the rest of this is going to fall. It might hit the fence, we'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can cut it to where it falls slowly and doesn't damage anything. it gonna do? It's gonna come right at us, because why wouldn't it? Note to self, guys, don't ever do that. One-handed operation of a chainsaw is not a smart idea. I am a trained professional. Absolutely not. Okay, now the goal. So pretty much try to cut this right there. We're going to take it nice and slow. Okay guys, now we're at the sketchy part. What, you thought that was the sketchy part? Nah. We're headed there now. So the problem is, this is 100% gonna hit the fence when we try to cut that. Yeah, it did pretty much what I figured it would do. Eh, 1 2x4 and some fresh concrete and a board or two. He said he was all right with it. So let's get it off of there. I think the little MS-180 put in some work, guys. That's all I'm gonna push it. Now that it's off the fence, I'm not that worried about the rest of that. I'm going home to Connecticut in a few weeks, so when I'm home I'll grab my pole saw and my bigger saw, my MS 461. This is just a little baby saw I bought because moving around all the time, I didn't have a chainsaw and just wanted a little something. Clearly she'll put in the work. This probably shouldn't blow up, to be honest with you. But now we'll get this packed up, head back to the house. Okay guys, so it's been a couple days since you saw me do that tree work. We still haven't taken the covered building apart. It's still pinned up against the tree in the backyard, but we'll take care of that tomorrow at some point, maybe. But you probably see a bunch of horseshoes laid out, and that's because I'm gonna do a little project that I've been wanting to do for myself for a while. Originally these horseshoes were supposed to be for a different project, but let's just say life happens and relationships change and life goes on. Would have been a cool project to build, but we're not building it. We're building something else. Maybe you can guess what I'm building. Maybe you can't. Stay tuned to find out. Let's get to it. Have you guys figured it out yet? No? That's all right. So, these three horseshoes are going to get welded together, just the way they are. These three will get welded together, just the way they are. And these are going to get welded in pairs. And then the pairs will be welded to each other. And then these will get welded to these. And I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to incorporate these. I have an idea for them. They're going to be in here. It's just depending on how long they are and where we cut them and everything else. Okay guys, it's probably kind of hard for you to see because it's honestly pretty thin, but it's built. So the only other thing I want to do to it is I'm gonna go to AutoZone, pick up some clear coat, and I just want to put a coat of clear coat on it so that it doesn't flash rust or anything like that. I want it to look pretty much exactly how it looks right now. But if you haven't figured out what this is, let me show you. So you guys probably don't know, I have a tendency to always wear cowboy boots. And I'm tired of them all just sitting in a closet. I wanted something to kind of be out to where I could put on my boots and have it look good. So we went ahead, built ourselves a boot rack out of horseshoes and files. Yes, me, that's pretty sweet. So this can hold 4 pairs of boots. And most people, you probably have seen these before on the internet, but most people typically use a piece of like rebar across the bottom. But I had 3 files, so I thought, well, let's see if we can find a way to incorporate the files into it. So we did. If you guys didn't notice, welding, I'm not the best at it, but I got to get better because we kind of got a bigger project coming that involves a large amount of welding. Actually, most of the project is going to be welding. And it has to do with the truck. Let's just say there's a box up front that's got something in it that we got to weld before we can put it on the truck. That's coming soon. Don't worry. And I've decided I'm not going to bore you guys with tearing down to cover it. It's me taking a bunch of tubes apart. Like, who wants to watch that? Most of you guys didn't even want to watch me put it together, so I don't blame you. So I'm going to end this video here. So hey guys, I really appreciate all of you guys coming back, watching the videos, putting in the comments when you guys do. I think coming here soon, we're going to start our new Instagram for the channel and let it flourish. But hey, this is Guy in His Garage. My name's Cam. If you like this type of content, stick around, hit that little like button, does a channel a lot of good, and maybe even hit that subscribe button with the notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video, which is at noon on Fridays, unless I'm out in the field or something happens, which usually I'll let you guys know. But hey, thanks again. Catch you guys on the next one. Later.